Okay, so we're going to do part 2 now. We're going to be downloading this character now that it's ready. So again, to create the character, we came up here to click new and create a new character. It's going to add it to your character designs, which are just kind of like saved characters, saved presets. But you don't actually have a link to download until you click this little generate character icon. Then it's going to actually create the model for download. It's going to add it over here. So once we do that, I can click download and it's going to download my character. You can see that downloaded pretty fast. It's a pretty small file. Inside the file, there are 2 objects, the FBX file, which is the character itself, and then this script, which is kind of worth this entire process. So to get this to work though, I'm going to go ahead and extract these files, right? Extract all, and extract. Okay, now let's come over to 3ds Max and we're going to do import. You can also probably drag and drop this, but it always feels so chaotic doing that. We'll grab our 3ds Max file. It should be just ready to go, so I'm just going to hit OK. Okay, now here it is. Now, theoretically speaking, this character is ready to animate, but right now it's using just traditional bones. There's nothing wrong with animating with traditional bones except for all of the handy tools and helpful components that you would find in something like Character Studio are missing. So I could just turn on auto key and start animating this thing, but doing that would be exceptionally difficult, right? Again, these are kind of like completely finished bones, ready to go in your game or whatever, but they're not easy to work with, right? We don't. I wouldn't recommend that. Now I could like hide this character model so you can see the bones themselves, right? And they work. If I grab this bone and go to rotate it, you can see there's the hand moving, here's the arm moving, etc. And again, if we unhide this, you can see it is rigged for that, ready to go. But this is like extra hard mode, right? This skeleton doesn't have any IK chains or inverse kinematics built in. It doesn't have any helpful tools. It doesn't have anything to help us with animating walking or moving or jumping or anything at all. No, again, it's just bones. Again, if you already had all your animations built or something, you could bring this into like a game engine and it'd be ready to go. But we're not ready, right? We have to actually animate this. So to do that, I'm going to come back to this folder and I'm going to grab this Character Generator FBX to biped.ms MaxScript file. Now you can come up here to scripting and do run script or even open script if you're wanting to run or open a script. Or you can also just drag and drop this thing. You can see it's kind of taking a minute. I guess maybe I should have done the run script because it's hiding all the fun stuff. But your computer probably will freeze up like this for a minute while it's doing all of these kind of advanced calculations. And what it's doing is it's, so I can try to bring it to the front, but here, we'll try it again without a drag and drop. Okay, so we'll just bring it back in here. And now instead of the drag and drop, so we can actually see all the fun stuff happen, I'm just going to come over here to scripting, run script. It's looking at my scripts folder, okay, which I have some scripts for things and stuff. So I'm going to have to go back to my downloads and find that script. Now we're going to actually see it happen. So you can see what it's doing is it's actually replacing all of the bones with a biped, and it's transferring all of the weight and skinning data over to this new version with this new skeletal system. So when we're dealing with animations, basically how pretty much all 3D animations work that use bones. Bones basically are hierarchical linked objects. What I mean by that is one object is the parent to another object is the parent to another object, and a parent object can affect everything lower than it. And that's what the skeleton is. You can see that's replaced that entire skeleton with this great Character Studio biped, and if I were to hide this, you can see it there. This skeleton has all of those helpful animation tools built in, so it's ready to go. And again, it's like that, right? All we had to do is basically just tell it to run the script, and we are ready to animate. But now I have all of those wonderful tools of Character Studio at my disposal, ready to use, and make this a lot more fun, a lot more manageable, and less of a headache of a process to animate. Character Studio, again, is an animation suite that's been around for, 2 decades, possibly even a little more than 2 decades. So there are so many great resources, animations, guides, tools, configurations, plugins, etc. that work with it, that it is still a very useful and helpful system today. So again, that's it. All we do is download it, run that script, and boom, this character is ready to animate.